What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rowdy Player One channel. I'm Rowdy, of course. Today, we've got a pretty decent sized book haul. I have 15 books here. I've gotten some of them from authors who were kind enough to send me some. I've got a couple that I purchased from authors. I've got some Black Friday deals. And I've got one from my used bookstore. Um, so let's get started. All right. So first off, we are going to go with The Odelic Stone by Alex Schusterman. I think I've showed y'all a couple of these, but I haven't had a book haul with them. But I wanted to properly show that Alex sent me this, and I am excited to read this thing. I actually am planning on reading it in January. That is the plan. So next month, this will be started, and looking forward to it. It looks awesome. I mean, heck, who doesn't like this crazy looking rooster that has, I don't know if you can see that or not, probably not with my, there we go. Do you see those dragon wings? Is that what that is right there? Very interesting. I'm excited to check that out. But thank you, Alex, for sending that to me. Next up, we have Bloodwoven and Bloodbound by G.J. Terrell. G.J. was kind enough to send these to me as well. And this is book 1, book 2, and he is working on book 3, as far as I know. So I am very excited to give this a go. We are texting back and forth on, or messaging, whatever, on X, and we are talking about how this first book, I don't know if you can tell, but the words are very tiny in this thing. But the second book, not quite like that. They're a whole lot bigger. So I'm looking forward to giving this series a shot. I think I'm going to be able to start it in January. If not, it'll be one of the very first ones I read in February. I've gotten a few authors that I know I have to get to, but hopefully I can knock it out in either January or February. So next we have a necromancer called Gam Gam and the Wishing Stone. Both of these are by Adam Holcomb. And I went and purchased these from him. He was kind enough to sign them, and which most of these are signed by the authors. But this sounds really cool. I'm very interested in it. I'll read you real quick about this necromancer called Gam Gam. So the grandmotherly necromancer seeking resolution for her past with the help of her loyal entourage, an undead cat, and a spectral, there we go. I can read sometimes. Spectral knight. So that's just a little, but these are supposed to be really, really good. And Adam signed them, and I'm really excited to get to read these here sometime next year, because it is definitely on the TBR for sure. Then, out of left field, I don't remember even doing anything about this book, but I guess The Final Orchard by C.J. Rivera, I might have put in to get this book from, was this Angry Robot? But I don't remember doing it. So they sent me an email like 2 or 3 weeks before. I think this come out in like mid or late November, or like the 19th or something. But I got an email like 2 weeks before that said that this book will be on its way and you'll get it on the 19th. And I'm reading it and I'm like, where did this come from? And I've went back and I've checked my emails. I can't find anything on it. And I talked to my wife and I was like, did I send an email about purchasing this or getting it? And she don't have a clue about it. I don't have a clue about it. So maybe I did and I've completely forgot, but I might read it this year. I don't know, or next year, whatever. I don't have a clue, but Endless Thing Angry Robot sent me a book, Final Orchard. I think it's actually supposed to be pretty good, but I don't remember. I don't know nothing about it. Have no clue about anything. So then the next one we've got Fogbound by N.J. Anderson, or why do I always say Anderson? N.J. Alexander. So this is Nick. Was kind enough to send this to me, and I plan on this was actually part of my December TBR. So obviously, I'm going to attempt to get this done by the end of this month. I've got one more book I'm fixing to knock out, and then next I will be on to this one. And I think which I know we've talked about him. Nick's going to be on the channel whenever I get this read. GJ is too. And then I've got a couple more that I'm getting lined up. So after that, we have The Ranger by E.H. Bradley. And this right here was actually, I was going to add it into the books, my top priority series or books to read for next year, but it wasn't in yet whenever I'd made the video. So this will be read next year. It's definitely going to happen. It will be early, probably February-ish is kind of where my plans are right now. Just going down the list of every time I get one in, especially from an indie author, I try to read it. But this right here sounds really cool, and that is a sick looking sword right there. So I'm excited to give this a shot, and I think it's going to be really good. So The Ranger by E.H. Bradley. Then, because I heard so much about this book, Matt's book reviews, absolutely raved about this and hyped it up so much that at the time when he did it, like the next 2 days after, the book basically sold out on Amazon, and the earliest you were going to be able to get them at the time was sometime in April. And this was a few weeks ago, or not April, sorry, February or January. And this was a few weeks ago. It was like in November when he did it. Well, last week I checked and it was showing it would be in by the middle or early part of December. So I went ahead and picked up Beyond Redemption by Michael R. Fletcher. This is grimdark, and Matt raved about this as if it's not his favorite grimdark, it is right up there at it. I mean, gave it 5 stars, like it was unreal. And so I love it. And I mean, once again, who doesn't love a floppy book? So it looks awesome. I'm excited to give that a shot. I'm going to read that next year for sure because I know it's a trilogy. So if that's good, I will be continuing on. So one of my favorite series that I'm finally going to get back to is the Red Rising series. I read the first book early this year, like February, March, April, somewhere around February, March, April. I can't remember when, and loved it, and didn't do anything else after that. But I think about it quite often because that one book was so good. And everyone I've talked to is like, hey, you need to keep going because it's definitely gets better than the first one. Like the first one might be one of the weakest. So, and I know the rumor is that the final book, Red God, comes out potentially in 2025. If not, I'm sure 2026. So I went ahead and on Black Friday, they had like buy one, get one 50% off. Plus they were on sale. So what did I do? I went and purchased the whole rest of the series in hardcover. So you have Golden Sun, And these covers are awesome. But Golden Sun, which a lot of people say is the best one in the whole series, we will see definitely. We've got Morning Star, Iron Gold, Dark Age. This sucker's huge too. This is a thick book. How many pages is this thing? Over 700. Whew, it's a whole lot bigger than the others. And Lightbringer. I like that cover too. So all of those, I'm going to try to knock them all out, hopefully before the new book comes out, but we will see. And then finally, I've got, basically you've already seen one, but it's the better version, I guess you'd say. Next month, I'll be doing a buddy read with on Lonesome Dove with Kevin Toll Reads and Trav's Bookshelf and some other character. And I purchased I got the little right over there, mass market paperback for Lonesome Dove. And I've looked forever for just a normal paperback or the hardcover of it, but never could find it. And finally found that one, and it was just a couple of bucks. No big deal. I picked it up. And then it was not a week later, I, for some reason, go back into the used bookstore and I find the hardcover. I paid $12 for this bad boy. You can see it. But, I mean, it's in really good shape. So, there's no complaining for me about it. I'm excited to give this a shot. So, I can't wait to get to read it with everybody on the buddy read. I know it's going to be awesome. I think I'd said on one of my previous videos that it might be the greatest Western story ever told. I don't know. That's what a lot of people think, but we're going to find out. And if that ends up being good, then I plan on, I think there's 4 books in the series. So if that ends up being good, I'll continue on. I've heard the first 2, I think, are really good, Lonesome Dove, and then I think it's Streets of Laredo. And so I'm going to try to get that as well if this ends up being good. That's the plan anyways. So anyways, that's what I got. It was a pretty good month. Found some stuff, got some nice stuff sent to me, and got some pretty good deals on Black Friday. I mean, ended up buying a bunch, which I don't have my Kindle up here, but they had a bunch of stuff on sale for a bunch of indie authors for like 99 cents, or some stuff was free, and I got several of those as well. So if I'd have brought it up here, this probably would have been like, oh, here's 35 books I got. But anyways, that's all right. But anyways, that's the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all picked up, especially for Black Friday, because there was deals everywhere. So let me know what you picked up, if you got a crazy deal on something or not. And yeah, if you will, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment, because I chat with everybody that's in there, reply to all of them, and subscribe to the channel. And that's all I have. So y'all have a fantastic day. Bye.